I am now creating weekly exclusive content for Patreon, so if you are interested in that, go check out the link down below. And of course, if you want to avoid the random lottery of FIFA points, you want to go straight to the source, buy the players directly, use u7buy.com and use the code TVM at checkout. What is going on, guys? TVM here. Welcome back to another player review. Team of the season so far, Kovacic. This guy is probably one of the more affordable team of the season cards. Of course, I did Adama Traore, which is double the price of Kovacic earlier today. Go check him out if you're interested. You may be a little bit surprised by the findings because I didn't expect to get the result that I did. It was a weird one, let's put it that way. Speaking of weird one, this is a bit of a strange one as well because this card on paper is nothing short of impressive. Absolutely incredible little card. 4-star, high work rates for a box-to-box midfielder. You would be very hard-pressed to find a better card, especially with an engine chem style, goes into a 95 rated centre mid. Very hard to get a high-rated centre mid in this game because of everything that you need. You need pace, you need dribbling and ball control and agility and that sort of quote-unquote meta to get that feeling of, wow, this card is responsive, and of course you need him to be somewhat defensive, and you need the physical. You need everything. Like, literally every single category needs to be low 90s, and we have it here. Every single category is in that low 90s area. The shooting is the only part that isn't really up to standard with regards to the low 90s criteria. You know, they've got the shot power, the long shot's not bad, but in terms of finishing itself and attack positioning, it's a little low. But apart from those two stats there, everything else about that card screams quality. And it's a little bit surprising that, well, A, that he even made it into Team of the Season above a few other players, although I would imagine that they would creep in some sort of Team of the Season SBC fashion. We'll have to wait and see. But I'm not saying he didn't deserve to be there at all, by the way, because he was on my shortlist, but I just thought that there were a few other players who maybe could have crept in ahead of him. But now that he's here and the quality of the card, it is surprising to me that he is under 200,000 coins. That's what, in and around 200k anyway. He does have an 88 rated season objective card, which a lot of people praised and said was very, very good. I didn't pick him up. I can't remember who else was on offer when Kovacic was released. I didn't pick him up. I can't remember why I didn't. It must have been a reason. There must have been another player that I chose instead. But this card on paper is brilliant. And he's got that lean body type as well, so it just makes him that much more desirable. You know, that card that will feel quote-unquote meta. It's going to fit the game. He's able to defend, he can get forward, he can pass, he can dribble, he can do skills. He's got a decent weak foot on him. With the engine as well, like I say, 95 rated centre mid. In terms of like a negative spin, because, you know, it's going to be an awful lot of me praising the card, there is going to have to be some sort of negative. You can't have a perfect card unless it's a 99 rated with 95 plus rated stats everywhere, and in which case we would be talking about the perfect card, right? But I suppose the strength for a box-to-box isn't great. I mean, you don't have to have strength, but for the particular type of card that he is, the strength isn't amazing. You could actually use him in other positions. Backbone turns him into a 95 rated CDM, as does a Powerhouse. The Powerhouse, by the way, could still turn him into a 95 rated centre mid. Very capable of playing there. The team I've got him in, if you watched the Adama review earlier, then you'll know all about this team. A Pac Robertson, which was really nice, going to help me out an awful lot with coins. Not that he's worth crazy amounts, but 250, 300k is better than a slap in the face. I will say one thing about that team, and it's a bit surprising. Lindelof, actually insane. I don't quite understand it. How is he capable of doing a job in May when we've got Team of the Season cards flying around the place? Doesn't make any sense to me at all. I'm trying out this sort of knuckleball type thing in free kicks. It's costing me free kicks because I could probably have scored there or at least hit the target and caused some problems for the goalkeeper had I just taken my traditional free kick. I do have a pretty good success rate with free kicks and scoring goals, but as you would have seen the other day with a, I can't remember what, I think it might have been a Road to Glory, actually. Maybe was it? Yeah, it was a Road to Glory. Scored a knuckle ball free kick of sorts with Hazard. So I am toying with the sort of notion of trying to get those goals. And Kovacic has 76 free kicks, but he does have great shot power. So I thought it might be an idea to try it with him. He wasn't too far away. It just sort of whizzed past the post in the end. Very capable player in terms of going forward. His short passing is nothing short of fantastic. He's got really good vision, excellent short passing stat of 98. and with the engine chem style, takes it to 99. His vision goes to 98 as well. He does have 86 free kick accuracy, by the way, with the engine chem style. So that combined with 91 shot power, kind of thought it would be rude not to try a little knuckleball with him. I've got a sort of list of players that I enjoy taking free kicks with. Mahrez, who is in this team, by the way, is pretty much top of the list. Mahrez's free kicks are incredible if you're looking for a little side note to take away from this review. So let's talk about the biggest negative, because we've talked about a lot of the positive and what he's good at doing and what I like about him. The strangest thing about this card, and it might just be me, you know, I play him a 4-1-2-2, centre mid, no instruction whatsoever, and he is able to do whatever he wants to do. So if you want to use him as a CDM, you're probably not going to have this problem. If you want to use him as a central midfield player, but you're going to give him specific instructions, maybe you play 4-2-3-1 as most people do, maybe you'll get a different result, and you'll have to tell me in the comments whether you do. However, I love that little move there just before half-time. I played him 4-1-2-2, no instruction. He is almost non-existent half the time. Now, some of the time, you'll get forward, and when you're really trying to get him on the ball, as I had to do in the last few games that I played with him, he is very, very good, and he scores a few decent goals. I think this is actually a banger of a goal here. Gets into a really good area, lets fly, and it's a really good goal against a very good goalkeeper, and my opponent is not a happy bunny there, I can tell you. But he does come back, as you can see, and he carries on, and I think Kovacic goes on to score another one. And I think that's this goal right here, actually. Gets the ball, lays it off. We eventually go around the long way to him, but he carries on his run because he's got that high attacking work rate, and I've told him to keep going. Bangs it in with his weak foot from a quite an acute angle with a 4-star weak foot. Great goal, great finish, and he's only got 70 finishing. So I was a big fan of his finishing, really. Not that I took that many shots, but it did surprise me how many goals he scored with that stat, you know, not being that good in front of goal. I think it was the shot power more than anything. But you'll notice under cons, as well as strength, which we've already touched upon at the very beginning, forgettable. What does that even mean? He is a forgettable card. I, half the time, didn't even realise he was in the team. You know, like, I'm playing with Adama and I'm getting the ball down that wing, and I'm excited to give him the ball. I'm excited to sort of get him running at defenders. And then when we're defending, Jordan Henderson was stepping up. He's only an 84 rated, I think, Team of the Year nominee, because I can't afford the 94. Well, not that I can't afford it, but not with Adama and Kovacic in the team as well. I'm not made of money. So Henderson was the one stepping up. I had a few other centre mids, of course, and things just knocking about the place and doing their job. And Kovacic was sort of, he didn't go missing. His positioning isn't the questionable thing. It's just that you forget that he's in the team half the time. He's one of those cards that will pop up with a banging goal, will make a great interception, play a great pass once or twice in a game, and for the rest of the game, he'll just go about his business and you'll forget that he's there. It's not that he's not a good card, and it's not that I'm saying he's bad, and I'm not that I'm saying he goes missing. It's nothing to do with his positioning at all. It's just that, I mean, look at that for a turn. It's just that half the time I'm thinking, like, oh yeah, Kovacic is in this team. Like, you just forget that he's there because he doesn't necessarily stand out. I've played with strikers that do this all the time, and you think to yourself, God, that card is terrible. Like, I'm reviewing this striker, and wow, he's awful. And then you look at his stats, and he scored 10 in 10. And it's like, well, hang on a minute, I don't remember doing that. He's one of those cards that is just an unsung hero more than anything. So it is a con, definitely, because you're spending 200,000 coins on a card that you'll forget is in your team half the time. But then on the other hand, you're spending 200,000 coins on a card that is quite literally one of the best box-to-box central midfielders in the game. So it swings and roundabouts. And as I say, that was my personal experience and how I felt about the card. It wasn't necessarily what you'll feel. I'm almost 100% certain if you're a Chelsea fan or a fan of maybe Real Madrid and you've got some attachment to Kovacic or you're Croatian or whatever, you will love this card and you won't have that forgettable feeling. Because I know full well that if a lot of you played with Jordan Henderson's Team of the Year nominee, you would be like, well, this card is awful or he's forgettable. But for me, because I'm a Liverpool fan, he is fantastic. And it's stupid because it's an emotional attachment to the card. But Kovacic is brilliant. And for 200k, I mean, that's bang on the money. Such good value for money. He's just a card that I didn't necessarily enjoy too much. Not to say that he wasn't good, I just didn't enjoy him. I do honestly think, though, if you're a fan of him in person, in real life, and of course of the team that he plays for, or teams that he have played for in the past, I think that you'll like the card and you'll get on with him. And he is a brilliant box-to-box midfielder. He's just not exciting, if that makes any sense whatsoever. Let me know what you think in the comments. Do you get that feeling from any particular player, whether it be Kovacic or someone else? Let me know. If you have enjoyed the review, hit that like button, subscribe to the channel if you're new, and until the next time, goodbye.
Football Index. The game changed. Download the app now.